morning, this is the ExactTrades.com Movers Report for August 9th, 2011. We're taking a look here at the S&P 500, the SPY. You can see we're having some buying, going to gap up this morning. Might open between this 113 and 114 area. You can see that we're going to have possibly some resistance around 116, maybe a little around 115, but more about 116. Let's see what we do in the open. If we start to push up higher and get some higher highs and higher lows, we could trend up. I think that we're going to have a pretty volatile bottom, so watch for some big swings. We may retest the lows down at 110, possibly lower, so just be alert. I'm not completely convinced yet that we have the bottom in. It could be today, could be tomorrow. I think it will come, but if you're going to start with your long swing trades, start small because you might take a little bit of heat, especially as the market retests the support levels. So let's go ahead and look at today's trades. First we have UAN. You can see here large gap up to 2560 area. They're going to open right around there. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So we're gapping up, going to open up here near the 52-week high resistance level. I'm going to look to short this back into the gap. Look for this to sell off on the open with strong volume. Take it short. First profit target is going to be around 1%. So if you get in around 25.50, look to take some profit around 25.25 and then around 25. It's really going to depend on your entry price. You could also start with a smaller position, see if you make a lower high, add to it, and then see if it'll push down through the low of the day and make a new low. That's going to be a signal that you're going to have lower prices, maybe down into mid 24s, maybe even 24. So these are areas of support here, 24, 24.60 right in here. You might find some support around 25 too. So these are key areas to watch if you do take this short. Now this may bounce a little bit and come up into the 26. Watch for it to fail 26 and turn over. That could also be a good spot to take it. If you wanted to be a little more cautious, you could wait for it to turn over, make a new low for the day and take it short at that point. Next we have Micro Semi, MSCC. Take a look here at the 15-minute chart. You can see we're going to gap up here around 19. It's going to be our open in that area. Take a look at the daily. So we're gapping up from 1620 up into the 19 area. Some pretty good support here around 19. I'm going to look to short this back into the gap. So watch for some selling on the open. Take this short, very similar to the UAN trade we previously talked about. 1% profit target initially. Leave at least half or more of your position open to try to make lower lows. Might have some support here around 1850 and then 18. Going to give you some support. Last support will be around 1760. So watch those areas as you're shorting into this, taking a little profit at each one of these stops. Also watch the market to see if you get some selling. Could help this come down. Next we have Ciena, C-I-E-N. You can see here gapping down, going to open around this 1025 range, probably anywhere from 1050 to 10 in that area we're going to open. Look to take this short below 10. I would say around 995, right in that area, take it short. Look for your 1% profit target for your first half around 985, so right in that area right there, and then leave it open to come down into 975, possibly 950 would be the last target for me on this. Also, if this opens below 950, I would probably pass on this. So just be aware if it gaps down further than the target here, just go ahead and pass on it. Next we have SGEN, it's Seattle Genetics. You can see here we're looking for an open around 12. We're going to look to take this short below 12. I would take this short at around 1195 or 1194, right in that area. First profit target is going to be right around 1180. And then leave some open to see if you can come down and test 1150. So enter around in this area, around 1194, 1195. First profit target's going to be around 1180. See if it can push down and make lower lows. This might correspond with some selling again in the market as well. Next up we have Redif.com, R-E-D-F. I'm going to open on the 720 to 7 area, most likely. I'm going to look to take this short below this support level here. I would say below 670, take it short. So watch for it to turn, break. You could even set an alert. It might open up higher here. Watch for it to come down and break this 670 area. Going to look to take some profit around 660 and then again at 650. See if it can break 650. You could go to lower lows down in here. That would be on my very small piece that I have left of this trade on the short side. Next up we have Rio. That's Rio Tinto, RIO. Gapping up this morning, going to open around 57.45 to 57.30 area. Might even open down as low as 57, so right in here, could open in there. We're going to look to take this long. I would wait for this to break 58.15, so right about there, take it long. First profit target's going to be about 58.60, 58.65, so right about there, take some profit. And then you're going to have a little bit more resistance here at 59.40, and then eventually just over 60. 60 mark's going to have some resistance there. So these are your areas of resistance to watch. Look for this to push through on the long side, take profit here, leave a little bit for this, and then if you want, leave a small piece to see if it can come into 60. Next we have ARMH, that's ARM Holdings. Going to open around this 24 mark, probably between 24 and 24.50. We're going to want to take this long over 24.75, so right about there, take it long. First profit target is going to be at 25. You see this resistance here around 25. After that, a little bit more at 25.25 area, and then see if you can push through this 25.75 and past 26 would be my last piece. So just watch for these areas of resistance. Probably the most you're going to have is at 25. Face a little bit here at 25.25, and then you're looking for high 25s, possibly even 26 with your last piece. Next we have FRO, that's Frontline. You can see here we're gapping up, going to open probably around 760 to 750 range, right in there. You see this resistance level here of the consolidation. We're going to look for a breakout over this resistance area. I'm going to take this long at 775, so right there, take it long. Basically we're looking for a break over that small high in the consolidation area. You could start a little bit early if you wanted to with a small position, but I would make sure you have strong volume on the break. 775 is a safer bet. Look to take some profit around 785, half or less of your position, and then see if you can push up into past 8. You might face some at 8, and then here around 815, 813 area. So those are going to be the profit targets. Probably going to hit some pretty good resistance here around 820 to 815. Next up we have MCP, another one that's gapping up on the open. Could likely open anywhere from 48.80 to 49.50 even. Look in this area right here. We're going to actually look to take this long over 50, so 50.15 I would say, 50.15 right there. Look to take some profit around 50.65 to 50.70, that area, and then leave at least half of it to see if you can come up into the 52. Might have a little bit of resistance here at 51.30, so wait for the breakout here, take about a quarter of it around 50.70 area, and then leave the rest of your trade to try to push into 51.25 and then possibly 52 area. Next up we have Lululemon. You can see here we're gapping up on LU. Going to open around this 50 mark. Good area of psychological resistance. Looking for a break over this. Going to take it long over 50.55. So right about in there, take it long. First profit target's going to be around 51.10, I would say, right about there. Going to face some resistance to this upper channel right here. Also back here, 51.10, 51 area, 51.10. Leave some of your position open to come up into this 52.60 to 52.70 area. You're going to have resistance from this. Last price target's going to be right around 54. So Lulu can make a nice move, so watch for it. If this breaks out and gets some good volume, could have a really nice day in this. Be a nice trade. So those are the trades for today. Good luck to everyone, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.